Well, greetings, everyone. As you can see or hear, there's no intro music, at least at the moment. I am really excited about what I'm about to tell you. It is not often that I rave about a movie like I'm about to rave about this one. This is one of those movies that is, well, first of all, this is the Monty Man's movie review. For you. And there's Dion from Raw Recovery and the Daily Trudge, and Roger McDermott from Cane Believe Recovery, and Kat, our intern, and me. And like I said, things are kind of weird on this episode. But this is the movie. The reason I'm doing this is because I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying. This movie that I'm about to tell you about shook me in such a good way. I laughed my blessed assurance off. I cried. There's a ton of cussing in it, but there's a reason for it. This movie is called The Road Within. It's on Netflix right now, and it stars Robert Sheehan, Dev Patel, and Zoe Kravitz. You guys know who these guys are?
No.
Any idea?
Nope.
If I said the Umbrella Academy, would you guys know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely, I would.
Okay.
I know the show.
So Robert Sheehan played Klaus in the Umbrella Academy, the drug addict son. Incredible actor, absolutely incredible actor. And this movie is about Tourette's, OCD, and anorexia. Robert Sheehan plays a young man who has severe Tourette's syndrome. I mean, really, really severe. Dev Patel has OCD, and he's a major clean freak. And Zoe Kravitz is anorexic and bulimic. And the reason there's a lot of cussing in it is because of the Tourette's. Now, Tourette's doesn't always show up with profanity or cussing and that kind, but it can. And I found an interest in this movie because of a series that my wife and I watched called Bailin' Out Loud. It's the true story. I mean, it's the gal's on the show, and she's dealing with this herself. And it's an amazing syndrome. It really is. And these three people play these roles in a way where you're just cheering them on, and they all come together and they can't stand each other. By the end of the movie, they are best friends, and the journey that they go on, the acting that they all three do, particularly Robert Sheehan, is absolutely amazing. This is one of those movies that nobody knows about, and you stumble across it and you can't stop talking about it. Again, a lot of profanity, but that's because it's reflecting Robert Sheehan's character, Vincent. You got to see it, guys. You got to see it. You're going to get an understanding of these three very real mental conditions that are beyond their control. Now, in this movie, what happens with these three is remarkable because some things start to change. If you see it, get back to me. I want to know if you catch it. The movie, again, is The Road Within. It is currently on Netflix, and there is the Monty Man's movie review for you. Yes, indeed.
But wait, there's more.
What?
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho.
Yeah, exactly.
Funny farm where life is beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats, and they're coming to take me away, ha-ha.
What a way to start a show.
The views expressed on the following broadcasts do not necessarily reflect those of KHLT, Take 12 Radio, or our affiliates. The opinions on this show should not be considered as medical, psychological, or professional advice and are those of the host, co-host, and guest. Take 12 Radio and KHLT Recovery Broadcasting are not affiliated with any particular 12-step fellowship.
When the static of life fills your brain, and the world seems a little too insane, just twist that dial, don't hesitate. There's a haven where good vibes await.
Where do we tune in?
Tune in and take 12 for some joy and cheer. It's the sound of hope coming in crystal clear. Recovery talk, the music so grand, a beacon of light, a helping hand.
Well, welcome one and all to a very strange way to open the show. I am your host, recovered alcoholic, the Monty Man, and joining me is our intern, Kat Scott. Hello, Kat. Hello. From Raw Recovery and the Daily Trudge, Dion Miller. From Came to Believe Recovery in Huntington Beach, California, Roger McDermott, snake handler. Of course, the Take 12 Recovery Radio Make-Believe Orchestra. We'll play a little game here in a minute. The topic this week is Step 3, a snapshot. Look, clickety-click, snappy shot. That's right. All on this episode of the Take 12 Recovery Radio Show.
Recovery talk, the music so grand, a beacon of light, a helping hand.
I don't know why I decided to start the show out like that, but I could have talked about the movie right now. You guys got to see it. It's just, it's so good. Just so good. And I do not like movies where there's a lot of cussing. I just don't. I fell in love with this one. I'm gonna watch it again. This will be the third time. Third time I've watched it. Third time. Yeah. Jerry Lawrence Samuels died in 2023. He wrote the song "They're Coming to Take Me Away," better known as Napoleon the 14th. That was his music name. There you go. Hey, listen, I brought back something. It's called the Monty Man's Meditorials. I brought it back. I did like 147 of them or something like that. They're on the website under Recovery Workshops. But they're now featured, new ones are now featured at the very top of the webpage at take12radio.com. You have the Monday, the Take 12 show. You have Wednesday, the Came to Believe Recovery podcast. And on Fridays now, you have the Monty Man's Meditorials. They're like only 3 to 4 minutes. Just little ditties for you there that you can enjoy. Some people just like the little quick thing. Sounded wrong, didn't it? Welcome to the future where everything is awesome and nothing works.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
So I got to tell you, this, I guess I could put this in a wine. It's just the way it is. I don't really have a wine this week, so I'll just do this, I guess. If I get on a plane again and anytime in the rest of my life, it'll be too soon. If I can't drive, I'm just not going. I attract dysfunctional plane stuff in the airports. Once again, the Monty Man gets left in the middle of a terminal while everybody starts to leave, and you swear the place is closing down. These people that move you around in wheelchairs, the wheelchairs you don't have the ability to move yourself. Right?
Really?
No. And so you get wheelchair assist because I can't walk the long distance from gate 24 to gate 49 that they changed on me without announcing it. There was a lot of angry people that day. And so they said, well, we can't get a wheelchair assist to you by the time your flight boards. I'm like, what? You don't want to change the gate? Well, they finally came. And they handed me off to somebody else in the middle of the terminal. Somebody else will be with you in just a minute. 45 minutes later, I barely made my flight. 45 minutes later, I said, how fast can you get me to my gate? She goes, it depends on how fast I want to go. I'm like, And then, I could say much, much more about it. I'm just not going to fly no more.
I wonder if
They
they would have had.
they have carts, Monty, that are driven.
I know, but you can't get on one
Why?
because they're going so fast. Excuse me. Actually,
They'll come pick you up at the
Stop for
gate
you.
if you ask.
I have asked. People don't show up. Roger, I've got a million airport horror stories. I'm telling you, yeah, I'm airline cursed. That's all there is to it. I just know it. What were we gonna say, Kat?
Oh, I was saying, I wonder if they would have had to compensate you if you missed your flight because they couldn't help you.
I don't know. Put your mic closer to you, though.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know. But you know what? It's just when you got some of the issues that some of us have when we have issues, a lot of little things are really big things, and that you start to really understand all the things you take for granted when you're healthy. When
Absolutely.
your bones aren't falling apart and everything. I've done what I can do. I drop the weight. I do what I can do. I walk as much as I can. But sometimes you just get
Just
this
not at the
stuff
airport.
happens. It's nobody's fault. It just happens, and I'm walking next time. That's all there is to it. I'm just gonna walk. Just gonna get on my skateboard.
One day I started to run. I loved it so much I couldn't stop.
I'm just telling you. Okay, let's do this. Da da da. And now,
It's Quiz of the Week.
that's right, my friends. It's time for the Take 12 Recovery Radio Quiz of the Week, when we try to stump our co-host and maybe even you. The first person that sends their email into me and gets these correct, even if you don't get them correct, I'll send you a Take 12 Recovery Radio. The Lie is Dead. We do recover little bracelet thingy. Did I give you one of these yet, Kat?
You did, yeah.
Okay. And why aren't you wearing it? Why are... See? I'll bet she works at the airport. The email address is take12radio@comcast.net. That's the number 12, radio@comcast.net. Just say, I want my recovery bracelet. And if you're the first person to send it in and attempt to get these right, I will send it to you. Within the United States only. Sorry, guys. Okay, so the first one is true or false. Is this in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous? Okay, true or false? God means group of drunks. Is that anywhere in the big book? True or false?
No.
No. False.
It isn't the 12 by 12 though.
Is it?
Yeah.
That wasn't.
Oh, no, they have good orderly direction in the 12 by 12. My bad. It's my dyslexia.
Those are my training.
My answer is no, though.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is not. The big book itself flatly says that God is what the book is about. Its main object is to enable you to find a power greater than yourself, which will solve your problem. That means that we are going to talk about God. And indeed, one of its most pertinent ideas is that probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism, but that God could and would if he were sought. The foregoing seems clear enough to us, but the group of drunks people apparently want to cast themselves into the role of playing God. Of this, the big book makes short work, saying we had to quit playing God. It didn't work. All AA members will do well to remember this. Hear, hear.
Here, here.
All right, you got that one right. All right, here's the next one. Yeah, this is multiple choice. In the chapter, Dr. Bob's Nightmare, What does Dr. Bob state that your Heavenly Father will never do? Is it A, never leave you nor forsake you, B, never let you down, or C, never leave you alone? What do you think, Kat? Take a stab at it.
A.
Okay, never leave you nor forsake you. What do you say, Dion?
It's B.
Never let you down. What do you say, Roger?
It's 100% A.
Roger and Kat are incorrect. Dion
I'm a
is
big
correct.
book thumper.
Your Heavenly Father will never let you down.
I thought that's what A was. What was A?
Yeah. Never leave you nor forsake you.
Never gonna let you down. Never gonna.
You're a little tricky there, wasn't I? A little tricky. Yeah.
That was a little
he's in a
tricky.
song in there.
Well, it says that somewhere else in the book, admit not in Dr. Bob's Nightmare.
I think you're right.
Don't drink and go to meetings. Is that in the big book? True or false? What do you think, Kat? Take a stab at it.
False.
Okay. Don't drink and go to meetings is in the big book. True or false? Dion?
It's true.
Okay. What do you say, Roger?
False.
Roger is correct. Sorry, Dion. One may as well advise a homeless person to buy a house. I love that. In fact, we already assume that every AA member actually wants to stop drinking or drugging. We're also happy to see them at meetings and hope their attendance continues for the reasons mentioned above. We're just not certain how any newcomer can ever be expected to follow this advice. The Big Book suggests that if anyone unable to control his drinking can do the right about face and handle his liquor, then our hats are off to him. We too are happy for him. He's not an alcoholic and doesn't need AA. Telling the newcomer don't drink also sounds eerily like just say no. Alcoholics and addicts are incapable of doing this by themselves. The 12 steps are not written for those who can stop, but for those who can't quit, no matter how much they wish or how hard they try. It is by working the program that we have a spiritual awakening and personality change sufficient to bring about a state of recovered. With his personality change, our sanity is returned. Then and only then can we just say no. Do not drink and go to meetings is nowhere in the Big Book. Okay, here's the last one, if you insist.
We do. We insist.
The email is
Everything
take12radio@comcast.net. Send your hate mail my way. This quote, keeping one foot in front of the other, is found in what chapter of the Big Book? Keeping what? One foot in front of the other. Is it A, A Vision for You, B, Working with Others, or C, Two Wives, or D, none of the above? Kat.
C.
C, Two Wives. Dion. One foot in front of the other. Vision for You.
In my mind, it's into for some reason keeping one foot in front of. I'm gonna go with D, none of the above, because I believe it's into action.
Okay. What do you think, Roger Dodger?
That's my thought, too. I think it's into action.
Think it's into action? Well, it's not into action, but it is none of the above. The personal story entitled Keys to the Kingdom is featured in the second, third, and fourth editions of the AA Big Book. It is recognized for its inspirational message and the pioneering spirit of its author. Sylvia Kay, who played a significant role in establishing Alcoholics Anonymous AA groups in Chicago during the late 1930s, she is recognized as one of the first women to achieve long-term sobriety through AA. Here is her quote. We cannot outgrow this plan. As arrested alcoholics, we must have a program for living that allows for limitless expansion. Keeping one foot in front of the other is essential for maintaining our arrestment. Page 311 of the third edition.
Right, of the third edition.
Kingdom. There you go. Yeah, aren't you
Should have known
glad?
that too. That's my favorite. That's my favorite story. It's my favorite.
Oh,
part
I
of the
love
big
it
book
too.
is
I love it
cooking
too.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Yeah, yeah, good stuff. All right, okay. Well, that does it for your guys' favorite game. Not. We'll be back. Oh, how rude.
How rude.
Right after this.
Too much God talk for you? Then you've tuned into the wrong station. This is Take 12 Recovery Radio.
Born on America's darkest day of 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation has been helping America's heroes ever since. People who put their lives on the line for our country and our communities need your help now more than ever. Join Tunnel to Towers on its mission to do good in their honor. Never forget 9/11 or the sacrifices of this country's heroes and their families. Show your support. Donate $11 a month at t2t.org. That's T, the number 2, t.org.
Well, I saw the thing coming out of the sky. It had a one long horn and one big eye. I commenced to shaking and I said, ooh-wee. It looks like a purple people eater to me. It was a one-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater. A one-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know who did that song. I forgot to look it up. I'm a dysfunctional. Never mind. Hey, listen, when you go on a trip for a week, don't forget to turn your fish tank pump and heater back on if you've turned it off. I came home to $150 worth of dead fish.
Aww.
The poor fish.
Poor fish.
Well, Marsha was given the very easy assignment. I put it in little tiny cups to feed the fish. And she did every day. She fed the dead fish. It was totally my fault. So sometimes when I feed the fish, for listeners that don't know, I have a 45-gallon fish tank with lovely little fishies in it. I turned the pump off so it doesn't suck up all the food right away, so they have a chance to kind of get to the food, right?
Oh no!
And I always turn it right back on. Well, the heater plug was plugged into the same one, which has been fixed. I have changed that, and I forgot to turn it on. And when I went to go to San Diego to go to the Salvation Army last week, Marcia was feeding the fish, but she didn't know to look. I mean, the light was working. She didn't know to really pay attention.
I wouldn't know any better.
So she wasn't really watching it. And it got really, really cold, and we don't have heat in the studio except for a space heater thing. And I came in and I'm like, they're all dead. My fish. One fish, two fish. 3 fish. That one's a bluefish.
4. Oh man.
Yeah, it was funny though. Some of the tetras, the angel-looking tetras, survived it. But most of the neon.
Wow.
Yeah. There was like 8
They
of
were
them that survived it.
Glad to be back in San Diego weather, I'm sure.
So I had to take the ones that survived it, put them in the medical tank, which is a separate tank, 10-gallon tank. I put them in a giant baggie, put them in there so they could adjust to the temperature and all that nonsense, and had to do a complete sweep of the big tank because I didn't know how long they'd been in there dead, and they release toxins and stuff when you leave dead fish in your tank that can kill the other fish and blah blah blah. So, but it's all reset. It's all reset. And my poor wife felt bad, but she didn't do anything wrong. She didn't know. She had no idea.
Are you going to get more fish?
I did.
You did already?
Oh, yeah, it's all replaced. Oh, are you kidding me?
Why is it for dogs we at least have a mourning period? We don't just automatically go get another dog. But when it comes to fish, we'll replace those suckers quick.
Oh, fast. But you know what? Some of them were not doing well, and I knew they weren't going to do any better, so I euthanized them. I euthanized them. And my son goes, "You did what?" I go, "Yeah, a humane way of doing it. You put clove oil in water, and you put them in a little cup that has the clove oil in it, and they just go to sleep.
God, that sounds a lot like Dr. Kevorkian.
I was thinking of maybe taking a bath in clove water and see if...
There you go. Guess what's for dinner tonight, Ma?
Wow.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Okay. You know, I was listening to I listen to a lot of podcasts because I just do. And I was listening to a recovery podcast that I'm really fond of. And I gotta say, we're the oldest. We've been around longer than anybody. We may not be the biggest, we may not be the best, but I gotta tell you guys, we have fun in recovery, don't we? I mean, really, seriously here. We have a blast.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Some of these other podcasts, nobody's smiling, man. Nobody's laughing. Nobody's telling jokes. Nobody's, they're so serious. Don't drink. Just don't drink no matter what.
Don't drink and go to meetings.
Go to that toxic meeting down. You go to it and you can do something for somebody else. It'll help you. It's like, what? Oh, I don't know. Anyway. And then there's ones out there that are just amazing. Most of them are amazing. One of those amazing ones is hosted by our own Dion Miller.
What?
Go to rawrecovery.org. Rawrecovery.org, is that it? Have you changed that yet?
Trudgingtogether.org.
Trudgingtogether.org. Trudgingtogether.org. The Daily Trudge as well.
I've made it as confusing as possible to kind of find me.
You have.
I'm trying to figure out how to do it the right way.
Yeah,
we gotta have fun, man.
Yeah, we got to have fun.
We had Jeff Allen on Wednesday. I'm gonna do the plug. Last Wednesday, he did great.
The comedian.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff, for coming on.
He's really good.
And I even got to do a little plug-in for Take 12 on that one. So
I'm sitting there in the.
Yeah, we got to support each other. I got your email.
I was sitting in the Orlando airport listening to Jeff and you. It was great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was so nervous. That was all gone. Thank you all.
And then Roger, our own Roger McDermott, teams up with Dion Miller every other Tuesday for a podcast. What's it called?
God-Centered Recovery. Where we take the proverbs. Roger picks a proverb. I turn it into a recovery. I turn it into a recovery topic, and we all learn. It turns out really well. It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
That is so cool. Everybody go check it out. Linked up under the Recovery Podcast Network link here at take12radio.com. Kat, I got a question for you. So Kat, I don't like the word normie because I don't believe there is any such thing. I believe everybody's got something where the tail's wagging the dog. You know what I mean? Everybody deals with stuff, a symptom, if you will, of an inner struggle, maybe. So I don't like that. I don't really like that term. But for lack of a better one, at least for the moment, Kat, you're kind of a normie. And you're not an alcoholic. You're not a drug addict. Are you?
No.
Well, I mean,
you hide it well, Kat.
I was going to say denial's not a river in Africa,
I take prescriptions.
She takes prescriptions. She takes them and makes paper airplanes out of them. And throws them at the bingo games downtown. But what do you think of all this? I mean, you've sat in on several shows now. What do you think of this malarkey that we're doing? Malarkey?
This show?
Yeah, I mean, the things we talk about and the just the dysfunction and the solution for it, and just all of it. What's your take on this? Have we lost our minds?
No, I love it here. It's
you've lost your mind.
It's a lot of fun, and I feel like I've learned a lot, and I like learning about like the about recovery after watching my dad go through recovery. He worked really hard, and I always admired that about him. So
is he still with us? Is he still alive?
No.
Oh, he's not. Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
How long ago did he pass?
He passed in 2019.
Okay.
No, wait, it was 2018. So that's like a long time ago now, isn't it?
So you definitely had experience with somebody who was going through the whole process of recovery, and so you know firsthand as a daughter. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here, and this is you bring some light to the show that otherwise is covered in dark shadows from those other people that are here. Okay, step 3, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. Now, I don't want to, this isn't a big book study or a 12 and 12 study or anything like that, folks, and I want you to understand that none of us are claiming that we represent AA in any way. We're not the spokespeople, and all that kind of thing. But I do want to read a little portion of this. This comes out of the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. I will say this about that. I personally, this is my opinion, I personally do not believe that the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, the book, affectionately known as the 12 and 12, is the direction for working the steps. That's found in the big book of AA. But it is an excellent commentary, and it comes alongside the big book very, very well. This is a paragraph on page 34 of the 12 and 12 about step 3. It says, like all the remaining steps, step 3 calls for affirmative action. For it is only by action that we can cut away the self-will, which has always blocked the entry of God, or, if you like, a higher power, into our lives. Faith, to be sure, is necessary, but faith alone can avail nothing. We can have faith, yet keep God out of our lives. Therefore, our problem now becomes just how and by what specific means shall we be able to let him in. Step 3 represents our first attempt to do this. In fact, the effectiveness of the whole AA program will rest upon how well and earnestly we have tried to come to a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. Interesting statement. The whole AA program, which is the big book, the 12 steps, will rest upon how well and earnestly we have tried to come to a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. That's kind of a heavy statement. So if the whole of the program rests on that, right, that tells me that if we do not turn our will and our life over to the care of a power greater than ourselves to help us solve our problem, steps 4 through 12 aren't going to be, we're just not going to be experiencing the effectiveness of those steps like we would if we did turn our will and our life over to the care of God. Does that make sense?
Completely.
Also, I want to remind the listeners that as we understood him is referring to the way the founders of the program understood him, as they did. They understood him to be the God of the Bible. I wholeheartedly agree with that, and that's what I've done. And many people that come on this show have done. Some have not, and that's fine. But this seems to suggest that everything rests on this from this point forward, because we can't do it on our own power. So let's talk about this whole step 3 as far as our own personal experiences. How did you come, one of you guys start, Dion or Roger, how did you come to literally turning your will, that's you and your life, that's everything else, over to the care of this deity, this power greater than you, this creator? How'd you come to do that?
Go for it, Roger.
Well, so in my early days of recovery, my sponsor gave me 2 cassette tapes that were done by Mickey Bush. And he explained steps 1, 2, and 3 quite clearly. Now, I went to 12 years of Catholic school, so I had a basic foundational belief in God. I never didn't believe in God. I always believed in God. I just accepted that as a true. What I came to realize in my addiction was that I didn't have faith. See, what Bill just said, I kind of take a little bit of. Here's the thing. Belief is not an action word. Faith is an action word. And so if I had belief, I had situational faith sometimes when I was praying to the God that I did believe in to please get me out of this horrible situation. And I believed that he heard me, and I believed that he would do something. But I didn't have faith on an ongoing basis as a moment-by-moment daily constitution, if you will. So
yeah,
when Mickey explained to it, he said, I heard him explain to it, and he basically said that made a decision. And he also tells a joke about the 3 frogs on a log, and one made a decision to jump. How many frogs were left on the log? 3, because nobody jumped.
3.
Meaning nobody took action. So made a decision to turn my will, and that was my thinking. Because when I stopped drinking and using, my thinking was still absolutely corrupted, sick, and not principled, and certainly not godly. And then the care of my life were my actions. So that made sense to me. I had made a decision to turn my thinking and my actions over to the care of God as we understood him. I didn't have any problem with belief and understanding who God was in my mind. But to take action and start changing literally everything was the difference. And so my faith has been growing on a constant basis. Every day that I surrender to God and ask him to guide and direct my every word, thought, and action through living in 10, 11, and 12. And so, so that's what happened to me. It was somebody explaining to me exactly what that decision was, what it meant, and how we do it. How do we do that? So
there's a statement I kind of take issue with, but I understand this is one of the founders now. Step 3 represents our first attempt to do this. Not me. It was not my first attempt.
Me either.
I think he's referring to himself and the founders here. That was their first attempt. But no, I'm like you. I mean, I accepted God into my life in 1971. I had yet to partake in the evils of active alcoholism to the degree that I would end up taking him to yet. You know what I mean? I think I experienced some sake in Japan when I went to with the Boy Scouts to the World Jamboree. You know what I'm saying? You know, we had, you can drink here, and then you're a minor. That yay! But yeah, I mean, I had no idea what I was in for, and how this step would come to apply and be implemented in my life later, in a way that, like you said, go from belief to faith. Dion, how about you? How did this kind of unfold for you?
And you know, my experience is kind of the same. You know, I've always believed in God. I've never not believed in God. I certainly had my day at defying him. And I did the same things. Whenever I only talked to God when I was in trouble and needed to get out of a situation, usually jail. And guess what? He didn't get me out of jail. He made me accept my consequences and kept me safe in jail. See, I didn't realize that God had my back this whole time. You know, that I didn't even always have to ask. That he was watching me. That he was He was taking care of me because I put myself in some pretty dangerous situations. I found my faith grew. In the beginning, it was just saying the Serenity Prayer 50 times every day.
Yeah.
you know, um, but I do kind of agree that step 3 is a pivotal step. It is where we make that decision that maybe somebody or something, maybe something else in this world that's bigger than me can help me solve my alcohol problem. And I love it when step 3 hits people. I was just talking with a sponsor the other day, and he goes, "Yeah, I woke up the other day, and everything just felt different." I'm like, "Yay, step 3!" Because it says in the big book that a big effect sometimes that you'll feel an effect
At once. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and sometimes it doesn't. For me, it took a little bit. It took a few days. I just turned around one day. And I was like, "Wow, it's working." But for me, this was me. Those first 3 steps are preparation steps. The 4th step's the colonoscopy. Everything else is prep, right?
I like that.
So this is a prep step, and what I'm doing is I'm preparing myself to receive.
Yeah.
For me, it wasn't I didn't believe in God. What my fear was I'm like, I'm an alcoholic. That sucks, but at least I have an identity. And I didn't want to be left without an identity again because I was that way growing up. I just didn't have it.
Well, evidently, Dion, you're sporting an identity right now. For those of you who are not on our video feed, Dion has got the audacity to put a Broncos sweatshirt on.
Right. That's right. I was cold. That was the only reason. I was cold.
My wife's, when she listens to this, she's going to be cracking up. She's going, "You don't even like sports. What are you talking about?" And she's right. I'm not. I don't even know who the Broncos are.
I don't.
It's a horse, right?
I enjoy a little bit of football, but that's about it. It's more habit than anything. I've been watching the Bronco game every Sunday since I was 13.
Are they Colorado?
Yeah.
Denver Broncos, Monty. Denver Broncos.
Well, I don't know.
As someone who used to live in Colorado, and moved here, I don't like Broncos.
You don't like Broncos?
No.
I don't blame you.
Wow. See, if somebody says, do you want some Broncos? That sounds like something that they would, like some sort of nacho or something. I would take it to
Colorado. Colorado is the nacho state.
Well, you know why? Everybody's got the munchies.
yeah. Because the whole state smells like marijuana.
It does.
Does it?
It does.
Rocky Mountain High.
Exactly.
Colorado.
So, Kat, what about you? I mean, was your experience in giving your heart and life to God, was that like did you just always grow up in the church, or what? How'd that happen for you?
It's a long story. I did grow up in the church, and I actually stopped believing at 11. And then when my dad died, I told you before about how there was a church across the street when I lived in Colorado. So I started going there because I was really lonely after my dad died. And that kind of started like my journey. But I didn't give my life to God yet until I came back to Oregon, and I started going to this church that is actually in a movie theater. So that's interesting.
Cool. Downtown? Was that downtown?
No. It was in St. Helens.
Okay.
I lived in St. Helens, and it was actually downtown St. Helens. So,
okay. So it was down.
Yeah. Yeah, so I started really studying the Bible there, and I mean that's when I decided, okay, I'm gonna, do this and get baptized, and I still struggle to trust God sometimes, but
I think you're in good company there.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think that's hard for people to trust this creator of ours? Why do you think that's difficult?
Because you're trusting something that's it kind of feels like it's outside of yourself. You're admitting you don't have control over your own life and what happens, and that's really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. But has he proved himself to you time and time again?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. And yet we revert back to what we know, and that's we trust what we think we know when we really don't know what we don't know, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's like a sort of survival instinct. Like if you're trying to survive in the wild or something, you're probably trying to do whatever you can to survive. And so that means you've got to rely on yourself. But I also think that, admitting you don't have control and trusting God is part of, when I finally, trust God, I feel like a lot closer to him because I did have to fight that instinct.
Isn't it interesting, guys? Isn't it interesting that the three of us who are recovered alcoholics and have lived, I'm trying to get away from the word struggle by encouragement of my CEO, Tom Williams, but and use a different word there. But the challenges that we have gone through may be very different, but the reality of connecting with our Creator, with the divine, with God himself, isn't that much different between Kat and us, right, guys? I mean, she's singing our song, isn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. We're all children of God.
I mean, we deal with trust and we don't trust, and then when we do, the rewards seem to be immense, even when we don't.
Well, then the only difference between Kat and us is that she never drank and used like we did. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
Our nature's the same. We just treated our nature in a way different way.
Yeah.
And Kat didn't.
Decided to abuse ours a little bit more.
It's still the same journey.
But, yeah.
So in working with other alcoholics and addicts, et cetera, and people that are dealing with life-controlling issues, let me ask you, Roger, first. What has been your experience in people willing to, when they get to step 3, their willingness to actually do this? Has it been something that has been difficult for people that you work with, or not so much? Or is it a mixed bag?
Well, I think that question needs discussion, because if someone is done, I mean, they've fully conceded to their innermost self they're an alcoholic, it says in the book that that's the first step in recovery. If they've made that admission and they've acknowledged the fact that they are, and then they are willing, open-minded, trying to get rigorously honest, I think that the step process works for them. But if anybody comes in with reservations, like, okay, I put the bottle and the drugs down, now I'm okay, they're not gonna embrace the life-changing situation that takes place through the process of the steps. Because when we stop drinking and using, as it's pointed out in step 5, we're left with our nature, which is broken, which is why we turn into addicts and liars and cheats and thieves, because it's self-will run riot type of thing. So if they don't understand and embrace those simple facts, I think it's a challenge. It's a challenge for them to put their self-will away, which is their thinking, to put it away and be objective and be open-minded and willing and honest to come meet their maker. I mean, that's sort of a long, convoluted answer, but there's no simple answer to your question, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Very true. Dion, what about you? What's been your experience in working with other people in step 3?
Well, step 3 into step 4, you know, when I start with a sponsee, the first question I ask is if they're willing to go to any length.
Right, exactly.
And I tell them, I'm going to ask you this question again.
Yes.
At some point, I'm going to ask you again. And as soon as we're done with with step 3, I ask them again, are you willing to go to any length to work this program? And I don't think I've ever had anybody say no.
But do they really know what that means the first time you ask them? Do they really understand?
I don't think they really do understand it because they don't know the program yet.
Right.
And, you know, they can read through it and come up with their own assumption, but that's what that is. Without a guide, an alcoholic cannot understand that big book without a recovered alcoholic guiding you in it. You know, I'd have to say almost every sponsee I have to threaten to fire on step 4, but they usually get it done. You know, but I also pick my sponsees, and I pick the ones that are really, really hurting, like really hurting. You know, my wife's walking out the door. I lost my job. I got nowhere to go, kind of people. If somebody is still willing to accept the consequences of their drinking, there's not much more I can do, but be patient. I call myself a forever person just because this happened. Maybe you went out and I didn't see you again for 2 years. Doesn't mean I'm not willing to help you still. So that is really up to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a hard one to measure too, because I don't want to judge anybody either. You know, so.
Yeah, that was the first question that when I asked a gentleman to be my sponsor, the first question he asked me was, are you willing to go to any lengths to say so? Well, no, maybe that was the second one. The first one was, are you an alcoholic? I said, yes.
Huh?
And the second one was, are you willing to go to any length to stay sober? And I said, yes. And the third one was, are you teachable? And I had to really challenge that one because I said yes, but I don't think I was, because I had to really learn how to kill my self-will. I mean, I really had to learn to...
How to die to self?
Yeah, I had to learn how to not be self-centered, self-seeking, and selfish in every moment of every day. Because I was, and I didn't know it. So that took time for me to be teachable. But I was willing. I had 100% made a decision that I'm done drinking and using. And I was a little bit open-minded. But it took time to learn how to be teachable. I had to learn.
So we're almost out of time, and I want to bring this up. We're probably going to go over a little bit, but I think it's important, and I'm going to kind of bounce this off all three of you guys. I have a very, very dear friend. I mean, really, really dear friend who has recently been released from prison up in the Great Lakes area. Michigan's like the Great Lakes, right? Is that Great Lakes?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in prison for a number of years, and it was all, it was stuff that he did that started out by abusing mind-altering substances. And that was the symptom. The core problem was a God problem and a heart problem, a heart issue. He knows the Lord. He knows God. He's walked with God. He's served in ministry. He loves Jesus. He had to go make his amends. He had to go pay his price to the community and spend some time in prison. It was very, very difficult, very, very hard on him. But it gave him some time for those neural pathways to change and his thinking to change to some degree. It's very hard when you're incarcerated it's a lot harder, let's say, than if you're just bebopping along life and you're meeting with your sponsor every week and having, good coffee at, Starbucks or some other
making amends,
whatever.
service work.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's rough in there. So it was very challenging, but he got out. And one of the things I told him, I think it was in a letter before he got out, he said, the day you get out, the very day you get out, they're going to have you jumping through all these hoops. But I don't care if it's midnight before you go. Get yourself to a meeting and find somebody to be accountable to the very day. We know, now it's not that meeting makers make it, I'm not saying that, but we know that when people make themselves accountable the day they leave prison to another alcoholic or addict, their chances of staying clean and sober go up like 30%. They just go up. When they don't do it that very day, we know what happens. And that's what happened. And I didn't hear from him. I mean, I'm assuming he didn't. Well, he said he didn't plug in. I finally heard from him in a text, and he said I had a really, really bad relapse, and I've cut all ties with family and kids. I don't want to hurt them anymore, and I don't think I can go on. And it was very concerning to hear what he wrote. And my response was, and this guy has dealt with active addiction ever since I've known him, since he was like 17, and he's quite a bit older now. It has gone through his life like a whirlwind, destroyed his relationship with his wife. I mean, it's just we know, right? Just we know. And I told him, I said I'm going to have to take some time to process what you've just said, because I want to be very direct, but at the same time I don't want to wound your spirit any more than it already is. So please understand if I take a few moments before I respond to this in any kind of depth. And he said, I understand. And I finally did. I responded I called him and I left a voice message, and I have not heard back. This is one of those situations where one might say, if they were observing, they might say, this has been going on for years. When are you going to walk away, Monty? Well, I have no intentions of walking away. Sometimes you have to shut the door, but it's never locked. It's never locked. Was I that guy at one point? Yeah, I was like the 30-day wonder. You know what I mean? And I knew who God was. I loved God, and I could not put the needle down. I could not put the plug in the jug. I couldn't stop hanging out with very questionable folks. And almost to the point where I thought I was going to die like that. And something happened, miraculously, something happened. And I can't pinpoint the exact date or time. Well, I can. I don't know the date or time exactly, but it happened on Santa Monica Boulevard. Roger, you took me down there, and I showed you where it happened. And that was my last use. And I woke up in Oregon out of a 2-week blackout. And everything changed. Everything changed. This is not changing for this guy that I can see. Or is it? And I don't see it, right? It's so frustrating, right, guys? Because, and I bring this up because it is very possible that he'll be listening to this show. I'm not sure what to say to him. And I'm trying to go back in my brain and remember what people said to me. I don't know. I just don't know what to say. I'm kind of at a loss for words. Have you ever been there? Especially when you know that they have done step 3. They know who God is in their life over and over and over again. And it's almost like, are you one of these people that needs to be in a controlled environment for the rest of your life? Because there are people that thrive in prison. Mm-hmm. They thrive there. Right. And God uses them to touch people's lives there. Or in an institution. Maybe he's one of these guys. What say you?
I don't think that you're wrong. Accountability always seems to be, when we avoid accountability, that we're probably going back out. And we'll use reasons like, well, I don't want to make any more promises. Well, you don't need to do that either. You just kind of need to stay off the hooch, go to your meetings. Um, when you love somebody, I don't believe in walking away from people. I don't.
I don't either.
You
I
know,
can't. I can't
but he
lock the
might
door.
need to hear another voice. So if you are listening, young man, because I'm presuming you're probably younger than me, hey, it ain't over yet. Hey, you're hurting everybody in your life by saying you're going to stay away from them. And the best gift I ever gave my mommy, yes, my mommy, was sobering up so that she didn't have to wonder that I was going to be dead in a ditch. You got 3 people here that care about you, 4 people. I should count myself. Monty very much cares about you. But, you're going to have to make the decision that you're worth doing this. And you are worth doing it. You're ignoring a calling that God is giving you to help his children. Yeah. But in order to do that, you're going to have to get well yourself, man. All right? You don't want to die an alcoholic death. That's usually asphyxiation on vomit. So if that's how you want to go out, that's what's coming up. I would probably recommend sober living or something structured, because clearly you do something. They do great in structure. We need that.
Again, he's done that. He's done that. He was at Victory Outreach for a long, long time. I'd love to see him get into the Salvation Army, where the Came to Believe program is being implemented.
Yeah.
But he probably can't leave the state, that kind of thing.
But you can do it, my man. I was given 6 months to live. I had to put somebody in the hospital yesterday. Jaundice. That's what you're looking forward to. Okay?
And with fentanyl, you're just looking forward to death, right?
Yeah. And that what you're doing is you're committing suicide on the installment plan because you know that you are hurting yourself.
Right.
And that is suicide, my friend. So please stop and be a little bit kinder to yourself.
Roger, before you comment, Kat, what would you say to this person?
I would say find a way to be around people, maybe like volunteer. I found when I was struggling with some things that the more I was around people, the less time I had to, do bad behaviors. And so I guess that's the advice I would give, is be around other people as much as you can, including the loved ones that you cut off. They want to see you get better, and so be around them.
Or maybe serve other people, do something to get out of yourself.
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Yeah, volunteer work.
That's really good. Yeah, that's really good. Roger?
Here's what I'd say to this dear brother if he's listening. Jesus loves you, and so do we. And there's a whole community of people that can love on you. And that's one of the 12-step programs, Alcoholics Anonymous. I'd highly recommend Salvation Army for you, to give you purpose and structure, and you'll find purpose and ministry there. And the devil wants you dead, right? But he's perfectly happy if you're drunk or loaded, because you're of no use to God. If you know God, he's got a plan for your life, and he wants you to be able to help other people. Because, brother, you are uniquely qualified to help somebody just like you. And I'm not, okay? So you are uniquely qualified to help somebody just like yourself. So do the thing that you need to do, that God wants you to do. Your family loves you. I celebrated yesterday with my family the 13th anniversary of my wife's death. And it was an amazing, special, incredible, I can't even put words to it to do justice. So don't walk away from your family and your friends. Get into fellowship, find a community, and be of service, and you'll never regret it. And everybody that told me that said, I'm telling you the truth, and I'm telling you the truth, brother. We love you, and so does Jesus. Don't waste a life and a great ministry that he has for you.
Thank you, guys. Well said. So, brother, if you're here, if you're listening, and I hope you are, no, you're not alone, man.
Yeah.
You're not alone. So here's something that I think might put a smile on your face. You know, there's a lot of apps you can get on your phone, right? Well, I got a little Jesus on my phone. There you go. Little Jesus on my phone. Hey, little Jesus.
Little bit of Jesus on my phone.
So people that aren't watching the video, it's a little tight. So I as you all know by now, I do not like flying. It scares the daylights out of me anyway. And I don't know what I'm afraid of. If I die, I'm going to heaven. So, you know, what can I say? But a person in my life group, I said, I don't want to fly. She pulled this out of her pocket. She goes, here, this might help. Take little Jesus with you. And when we were taking off from Portland Airport to go to San Diego, I was clenching this little guy. I think I choked him out. Oh man! All right.
So wholesome.
Yeah, I know. You can get these little guys. You can get them by the hundreds on Amazon, and just give them to people. Somebody's grumpy, just hand them. Say, this might help you a little bit, and it just says Jesus loves you on it.
That's a great idea. I'm going to order some. You can get them on Amazon.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I need cool.
I need a pack of little Jesus.
Yeah, I guess I haven't looked it up yet. Well, he looks a little bit like the guy who plays Jesus on The Chosen, a show that I cannot stand.
I love it, and nobody cares if
I know
you can't
do.
stand it.
I know you do. Yeah. I know you do. You love it because I don't like it. That's why you love it.
No, I loved it before I ever found out you didn't like it.
Yeah, I know. I just dropped Jesus. Oh, no.
He'll be okay.
He'll be okay.
Dude,
he looks a little like it, doesn't he, Roger? Look at that. Doesn't he look a little like
He's
like
been through a lot worse than that, Monty. Yeah, he's just fine, brother. Yeah, he's just fine.
Oh, right. See, that's why, folks, you need to watch the YouTube version of this show. Okay, our closing song. I absolutely love this song. This is such a cool song. This is by a guy named Solomon Ray. Solomon Ray, what artist? It's called. Listen to this. Just listen to this, guys. It'll put a smile on your face. I promise. It's called Jesus and My Coffee. Solomon Ray.
Sun's up, I'm smiling slow. Pour that brew, let the blessings flow. Steam rising, faith on 10. Here we go again. Take a sip, take a breath. Ain't no rush, no stress. Got the good book by my side, and that peace I can't hide. Give me Jesus and my coffee. That's all I need to start my day. No matter what's out there waiting, my worries fade away. He fills my cup, he wants my soul, and every sip makes me whole. Give me Jesus and my coffee. Everything's gonna be okay. Bills due, phone won't quit, but I ain't losing joy one bit. Turn that radio nice and loud. Sing my praises proud. I got joy in my cup, yeah, love in my hand. A little bit of heaven when the day begins. Can't nobody steal my groove when I start my day with you. Need Jesus and my coffee. That's all I need to start my day. No matter what's out there waiting, my worries fade away. He fills my cup, he wants my soul, and every sip makes me whole. Yeah, me, Jesus, and my coffee. Everything's gonna be okay. Sip, sip, oh yeah. Stir it up, come on. Take a breath, let the joy begin. Do it again. Me, Jesus, and my coffee. That's all I need today. If the world gets wild, I'm smiling, 'cause he gon' make a way. He fills my cup, he warms my soul, and every sip makes me whole. Yeah, me, Jesus, and my coffee. Everything's gonna be okay. Jesus, ah, yeah. coffee. Good love, good grace, good brew can't stop me. Jesus and my coffee. Yeah, everything's gonna be okay.
Solomon Ray. What a great tune. I love it. Jesus and my coffee. Oh my gosh, just makes me want to go brew some more. They were all dancing here at Take 12 Recovery Radio. And by the way, I want you to understand something. We are wishing God's perfect serenity for each and every one of you. Bye.
Don't let the weights of the past keep you down. There's a melody here to turn it around. In each story and song you'll find a friend, a chorus of courage that'll never end.
This has been a broadcast of Take 12 Recovery Radio and KHLT Recovery Broadcasting.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
This has been a Chicken and a Pig production.
Take it away.